Hi, I'm sitting here, my husband's at work, and I was just, um, I was actually waiting for our fireplace to burn down so that I can go to sleep, 'cause it's almost 11:30 p.m., and this is like way past my bedtime. But I was sitting here while I was doing that, writing about actually making a video tomorrow. But I figure, I'm sitting here doing nothing, so I might as well. And excuse this little spot on my face. I look like crap right now, but shit happens. I was watching a bunch of YouTube videos earlier, and there's this girl, Kristen, that is a transition, male to female, made some really good points. She was actually talking about, reasons that she decided to transition and, lies that she told herself, why not to transition. And, I was just kind of thinking about my life with my husband, and before he decided to transition, how things were and how they've changed since. There are really good things that have changed, and there was this realization of how bad things could have been if he didn't decide to go through with this transition. I'll go with the bad first so that I can end with the good things. And I made a little list to remind myself because it's late and I won't remember anything if I just try to remember it. The first thing is, everybody goes through points in life where they're just down about things. And if my husband didn't decide to go through with this, I think his depression would have gotten a lot worse over time. And along with that, anxiety. He has anxiety, or had anxiety before, and still does sometimes, but who doesn't? But it could have gotten really, really bad, and that was number 2. Number 3 was sleep deprivation. He had a really hard time going to sleep at night and sleeping for long periods of time, just a really hard time sleeping in general, and that added in with the anxiety and depression from time to time, or just being sad or down or whatever. And, I realized that a lot of people who have this diagnosis, I think it's called, what was it called? Gender identity dysphoria. A lot of people who don't go through with their transition, unfortunately, end in suicide. It's really common because of the depression or whatnot. And it was kind of a realization that, my husband could have gotten to that, and how would not just me, but his entire family have reacted if that would have happened? That's not good for anybody. It's not a happy thing for the person that feels that they're, that upset with their life or that depressed that they feel they have to do that. Because, it's no secret in my family that I was diagnosed with major depression, and I had an episode it's been a while back now. I'm really proud. It's just not a good feeling for anybody. It's not a good feeling to be there where you feel like you're ready to end everything. It's not a good after effect for family, friends, or anybody involved. So, if my husband didn't decide to go with his heart and who he knew he was and is, these things could have happened, and that just it kind of broke my heart a little bit, just to think that I could have lost this amazing thing in my life. Now to get on to the good stuff. A lot of improvements. God, Danny hasn't started his testosterone yet, and I have seen such a change in him, and it's changed our relationship, our marriage. It's amazing. He probably won't be too happy with me saying this, but we were really on the rocks for a while. We started getting into a lot of arguments, and it was really a big struggle for the both of us for a very long time. And I mean, with that being said, we haven't been married for quite a year yet. So that was pretty stressful to know that things were that hard that soon. But in the last 2 months, I guess, things started to change little by little. But once he really came out with the decision, and it was a firm, it's time for me, in his head, it's time for me to really go with who I really am and start thinking about me. And me and his mother and his family and close friends have really been supportive of this, and it's made a huge change. Once he made that decision, he was going to make himself happy. Our entire world has changed. One, happiness. Oh my God. He used to be so negative about so many things, and now there's this whole new world of happiness and positivity and how great things can be and will be. Not just could be, but will be. And it's amazing to see that change. And I mean, if anybody that's watching me knows me, it's just really great to see this kind of happiness come from me that develops from him, and knowing that he's that happy with who he is now. It's amazing. Also, self-confidence. Being pre-T and waiting on materials to come into the mail. There's only so much confidence one can have when they have a body that they don't feel that they really are, I guess, inside. But with being able to dress the way he feels, and for the most part, be able to compensate for the things that haven't changed yet, has developed an amount of self-confidence that I don't know that I've ever seen in him before. And it's really good to see this. Like, he struts out in his new clothes, and you can see just chin held high, and knowing he looks good, he looks great, and knowing that I know that I've got the fucking sexiest husband anybody out there has, at least in my opinion. Also, I mentioned that we had been arguing. It's really good to feel like I got back that strong man, or just that strong person that I married in the first place. It's just amazing. Also, there's not like the self-doubt that he used to express. Even with me, I don't have self-doubt that I used to feel. I used to feel like, if he's not happy all the time, then what am I not doing to make him happy? So, I would get upset with myself, or feel like I wasn't doing enough, or wasn't good enough to make him happy. And that wasn't his fault, or my fault. That was nobody's fault. It was just a simple effect of him not being on the outside who he knew he was on the inside. And that's gone now. Seeing the happiness and the self-confidence and that strength in him kind of reassures me that I'm being a good wife, and that I'm good to him, and that he's good to me, and that I don't want to be anywhere else. I'm happy where I am. I'm happy with my life. I love my family. I love my baby boy, our son. I love our cats. I love my in-laws. I just love my life. I mean, of course, there's parts of my life that could improve, such as, my job. But, I mean, who doesn't think that? There's always something in life that can improve. But all in all, I'm really happy with the changes that we've gone through and the strength that we've developed, and just knowing that, I support him and he supports me, and that, I don't know, we can just be happy in our lives together again. And I just wanted to kind of post this just to be an update. And I know I haven't posted my first video on my page, but it is on my husband's page. If you haven't subscribed to him, go for it. His name is Danny Clem, D-A-N-I. Is how you spell his first name. He's really great, and he's got some really informative videos. He's country as hell, and I love him to death. But, sorry about the looks. I know I'm kind of, but I think I'm going to head to bed because the fire is pretty much gone out. Thank God, because I'm sleepy as shit. And I guess until next time, bye!